Oh, we're finally live. Sorry about that, everybody. We had a Periscope issue, so we can't go live on Twitter, so we're only on YouTube. So what's going on, Tommy? How you doing, bud?
What up? What's up, Mikey? Good old Periscope. I don't even know what the hell that was until I Google searched it. And it's Twitter. Good old Twitter.
Yeah.
That's all right. Hey man, that's tech for you, man. You love
Yep.
it. You hate it and you love it, but you need it.
Yeah. But anyways, welcome. This is Tailgate Talk. I am Mike. I am your host. My partner over there is Tommy. Tommy, we have a lot to go over from last week, and then we'll get into this week's matchup. But before we get into either one of those, I want to talk a little bit about Sunday night's game.
All right.
I will tell you, it's dominated, obviously, the media this week. It's Tom Brady versus Bill Belichick. Who are you rooting for?
Nobody. To answer that question, I could care less. But really, at the end of the day, if you want me to be, I gotta say Tampa Bay, because no matter what, New England's still in the same division, right? They're not only the same division, they're AFC East. Not that they're going to even threaten us, but it's just good to have another loss in the AFC East. Get what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I guess at the end of the day, I want Tampa to win, but I could care less. But I'm not. Listen, I got to tell you, I'm not a Tom Brady hater. Like, I'm just not. Like, I'm a realist. He fucking killed us through all these years. But I don't hate the guy. I'm being honest. He's the greatest of all time, especially at his position. No doubt about it. So I want Tampa to win. If I had to pick one, it'd be Tampa. What about you?
I will pick Tampa. I hope they run the ball and Tom Brady doesn't throw a pass. That's it.
Yeah,
I just want them to run the whole game. Tom Brady get no stats. Or hey, Tom Brady has a hangnail and has to miss the game, and the backup comes in. Tampa Bay wins and gives Patriots another loss. I'm good with that too. I am a Tom hater. He made my life miserable for 20 years. I hate that guy.
I will say this: it will be. Listen, Tampa on paper or whatever, team by team, they should destroy New England. I think it's kind of going to be close because listen, there's a couple factors. One, Bill Belichick. He's still a good defensive coach, right? He's the best. He's probably the best coach ever, right, in the NFL. That's one. Two, he was with Brady for, 18, 19 seasons, right? Forever. So who knows him best? Bill Belichick, right? He's going to know a little bit what he likes, what he doesn't like, right? So this is going to be an interesting game. No doubt about it. I have Tampa winning, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't know, man. It's kind of like Belichick knows all about Tom Brady, right? And I would assume that Tom Brady knows all about Bill Belichick defenses. So it's going to be interesting, man. It will be very interesting.
Yeah, we have Joe in the house. So for those of you who haven't seen Joe's razor sharp picks, just recently came out. It was a good episode. I really enjoyed Joe's picks. I always enjoy the betting lines. Joe does a good job of going out there and making his picks. I will tell you, I actually did halfway decent last week in my picks. I think I was 12-4 on the straight up. I'm horrible with the spread. So, but Joe, welcome. Then we got our normal people in the house. We got Rick.
Rick said, "Fuck that New England Tampa game. Get to the goddamn Buffalo game." I agree. Right. I agree, Rick.
Right.
He's the big Brady fan here on this channel, Mikey.
No, I am not a Brady fan.
I didn't even want to talk about it.
Listen, if I even bring something up, I'm always a Brady. I'm always that fan. Whether it's a Tua, I'm a Tua fan because I defended him. I'm a Bobby Hart fan because I said he may make the roster. And guess what? He's on the practice squad. So how?
Rubbing it in now because you're the Bobby Hart fan club. All right, let's get to it.
A one-man band for Bobby Hart. But let's get into last week. X factors from last week. You picked on the offense. You picked Josh Allen. I picked Cole Beasley. I will say we both hit on our X factors from last week.
Oh come on! There can't be two winners here. I was the real winner. I told you Josh was going to throw for over 300 yards. I was right. I told you 4 touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. I was right. I hit that shit nail on the head, baby. I called it. I told you if there was going to be a breakout game, this was the one. I already saw the offense starting to gel in the second half of that Miami game, and I just knew it, man. I knew things were just coming together, and sure the fuck did they not come together? Did they not come together in that game? And I still don't think it was a perfect game. Wait till this game.
Yeah, it wasn't a perfect game. There was still a lot of things missed. The defense set us up a couple times in their territory that we kicked field goals on. Granted, a couple of those times they were holding and tackling our receivers that got no flags, but things happen when you're winning 43-21. So, however, and the reason why I say Cole is also a winner, because you can't knock a guy who set a career high in catches. You know, at the end, he had 11 catches. That's his career high for Cole.
I get that. Listen, Cole should always do that. I think Cole's the best slot receiver in the game, no doubt. But my X factor going into the game was Josh Allen, because he had a rough couple first games, right? Like, especially the first week. Second week, he kind of got going on. But I told you, 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. Listen, 5 total touchdowns, Mikey.
Yeah,
he's the X factor. Like,
he was the offensive
I know
player
Cole had a good
week.
game, right? It wasn't Cole Beasley, so
it
was Josh Allen. Right?
Cole had a good game. Manny Sanders had 2 touchdowns. Manny Sanders,
he had a good game too.
Right. Dawson Knox with a fantastic touchdown catch.
I want to talk about Dawson. Yeah, I want to talk about him later.
We'll get to Dawson with a fantastic catch. But our defensive X factors. I went with AJ. You went with Groot. The only sack that came up was Starr, because he pushed him out of bounds, or he was the closest to him.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, I went back and watched the game, and I really don't think our plan was to sack him. It seemed like we put pressure, and then they stopped and tried to contain him.
Yeah,
it didn't seem like we were actually trying to get to him and take him down. It seemed like we were trying to collapse on top of him.
Yeah, it was total opposite. That's why I said when we did the show last week that. And I actually did another show, just a heads up. I'm not going to name the show, but they had a Washington guy on there, another guy that did podcasts. And I told him, I said, listen, I gave my prediction. I gave the high score prediction, as you know. And he was like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, he got all offended. And I told him, listen, your quarterback's only played a handful of games, if that. The film's out on this guy. Leslie Frazier is one of the best defensive coordinators in the league. Our defense is top 5. We were number 2 ranked. We're going to confuse this guy. We're going to make him go away from his first reads, and that's all we did. It wasn't about blitzing that game. That game was just total confusion, and he had nowhere to go. He was throwing stupid interceptions because that shows how many games he's been playing. He's not a starting quarterback in the NFL. He's a backup. Listen, I take him all day as a backup. No doubt about it. The guy has heart. He can run. I didn't even know he was that fast, but it didn't matter. End of the day, our defense was just too much for him to handle. He just could not make his reads right. He was all over the place. And that's what happened, bro. But yeah, we didn't need a blitz. We just needed to play man in a zone and just contain him, really. I mean, we really made one mistake on him, which was the touchdown run. Other than that, man, we played a very, very good defensive game against him.
And I don't even know if that was a mistake that we made on him on that 73-yard touchdown.
No, not that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the run.
Oh, on the
scramble.
Run.
Because he's a running quarterback. We should have contained him better. We had no help.
We did. There. They held our DNs. We did have contain on him.
I guess.
It's hard to get away from a left tackle or right tackle holding the DN. I mean, at the end of the day, our front 4 put the pressure on, which caused rush throws, which led to turnovers, which was really what we want. And I see in here the onside kick was a mistake. That's a mistake. But we'll get. But
that's a special team. But that's not defense. That's a special team's mistake, and that's on McKenzie. We will get to that later. But that's McKenzie. And
I'll tell you, I went back and watched that. Everyone's putting that on McKenzie. I put that on Tyron Jones. That ball landed next to him.
Nah, McKenzie had a chance. I thought he held up.
Even if he did hold up, go back and watch that play.
Yeah, but
the ball lands next to Tyron Jones. As an up back, you're taught if the ball's coming to you, you fair catch it.
No doubt. I've seen offensive line, or defensive line, whatever. Special teamers, big 300-pound guys. Get on set, right? But it was a weird. I got to tell you, like I know we're jumping right now, but that was an awesome kick. I got to give him credit, man. I honestly have never seen that before. That was an awesome play. And I think, honestly, Tyler Bass should learn that fucking kick. Playing in Buffalo, too, man. Like, the winds are going to help. Bro, that's a sneaky kick. If you kick that thing way high, bro, game is game balls for anyone to get. I don't know. I think it's a great, I don't know. I like it. It's sneaky, man.
Mm-hmm.
I do that a lot, at least once a game, man. If it's windy in Buffalo, why not, bro?
I've seen a lot of people come in here saying they bet that Roberts would have dropped it too.
He would not have dropped it.
I'm telling you, at the end of the day, when they went back and looked at it, everyone wants to put the blame on McKenzie. That's fine. I'm not going to argue who they want to put the blame on. At the end of the day, that's on our special teams coach.
Yeah,
they weren't prepared for something like that. They need to tell those up men, if the ball's coming to you, catch the damn ball. And
I don't think anyone's
McKenzie
prepared.
should have been directing them. He should have been yelling at Taiwan
right
if they're catching it. So
right.
if we want to put all of it on McKenzie, that's fine. I'll tell you, on my end, that was just a blunder, special team wise, on that whole team, including that coach.
Yeah, no doubt. I don't think they ever saw it before it happened. I think they were all confused. It was kind of like that onside kick a couple years ago or last year, not against us, but where they kicked it and nobody wanted to touch it because they thought they couldn't before it hit the 10-yard line, remember? And everybody was around the ball and they just jumped on it. That was kind of like this because it just seemed like the team didn't really know what to do when the ball was in the air. Like everybody was staying away, and it was too late. By then it hit the ground as a live ball.
I think Rick comes in. I think he has a great comment here. He says he thinks that kick wasn't on purpose and was just dumb luck that I got caught up. Like, I think they were kicking it short to the corner and a dumb luck that I got caught up in the wind and everyone got away from it. I mean,
it's possible. I don't know.
I've never seen a kick like that. I've never seen a kick like that. So it could have been just dumb luck. But anyways,
it could have been, but I don't know.
We're working on things that, ultimately
it's interesting.
They'll clean it up.
Yeah.
Joe comes in here as a great piece. He says, 2 special team blunders in 3 weeks. It cost us week 1. We're lucky it didn't cost us this week.
It might, am I right? But the Hawk or Hack, whatever the hell you ever pronounce it, doesn't he seem like he takes a little extra time punting? I don't know why. He seems like he like winds up a little bit or he holds the ball a little. It's always close to getting blocked, man. I don't know. I just feel like he takes a little long to punt that ball, man.
He does. But also when he gets it off, they went out and did a thing. Buffalo's only giving up 2 yards per return. Part of that's because it takes them so long to kick the ball that our gunners are waiting for it to come down.
Right. Yeah, it's dangerous though, man. You saw it cost us week 1, so that motherfucker. Yeah. Hopefully, we don't need a punt. Like I'm trying to get this offense. Well, we are trying to get it like last season where we were like Bojo didn't even get like number 1 because he barely punted. Remember, he couldn't even get. He averaged the most, but he couldn't even get that spot because he punted the less by any punter. That's where I want Hawk to be. Like I don't even want to see that motherfucker out there. Just hold the extra points and field goals. That's it.
Someone comes in here, Spen comes in here and says that block punt was not on Hack. He took a little bit long, but you're right. That
both,
I don't care who was punting.
The guy was.
They came right up the middle on that one.
No
wasn't
doubt.
Blocked correctly, but he does take a long time to get that ball off. However, we're supposed to be talking positives. You realize we just won 43-21, and we're nitpicking the negatives out of the game.
Goddamn Hawk.
So let's get started. We started with Josh Allen. He was the offensive player of the week. You nailed your X factor. He took those underneath routes. It's what he didn't do week 1 and week 2. He took the profit. I enjoyed watching him. He made the plays when he needed to make the plays. I loved seeing him roll right again because when he rolls right, he gets dangerous. Other than that, I don't have a lot on Josh. You got a lot on Josh?
Yeah.
Talk to death.
Yeah. I actually talked about him. I did like a little video on Josh Allen, by the way, if you guys want to check it out on my channel. But listen, I was saying it from week 1 to week 2, what he needs to do, or what Dable really kind of needs to game plan for. He needs to get a little bit more out of the pocket, roll out a little bit more. He didn't really do that week 1, and then kind of week 2 he started to a little bit. I feel like he's way more dangerous getting out of the pocket, especially against Washington, who had a good front. Though I gotta say, he had a beautiful step up side where he sideswiped the defender, stepped up, and made a fucking dart pass. That was beautiful, and he stayed in the pocket the whole time. But I do like seeing him get out on the run and throw because I think he's the best quarterback in the league at that. He throws the ball beautiful on the run. He just does. And it gives our receivers more opportunity to get open, break free. So I thought in the Washington game, man, he really did that. And on that goal line play where he rolled out, those are, bro, we should be doing that so much more than those quarterback draws they were doing week 1, week 2. Get him out on the outside and let him choose if he's going to pass or he's going to fake it and run or throw it. Like, that's what Josh does best. And I think Dable like I told you a week ago, I think Dable and him talked. I think he kind of told him, hey, man, like, let's start doing this. What Josh is more comfortable with. And I think it's showing. It definitely is. And I think he's starting to, I think everyone's getting a piece of the pie now. Everybody, right? It's just not Diggs anymore. Like, Allen's seeing the whole field. And that's lovely, man. That is so great to see, man.
Yeah, I went back and watched Cover One did a great breakdown of the game, and they were showing Diggs, and everyone's bracketing Diggs right now with 2 guys, and that's fine. Let them bracket Diggs. Diggs came out and said in a press conference this week, then not everyone's going to be able to hold me down. If they want to hold me down right now, fine. Manny Sands will catch for 2 touchdowns. Right. Cole will get 11 catches. Dawson Knox will catch a touchdown. That's fine. At the end of the day, it's Cole
Beasley.
I mean, Gabe Davis had the 1 catch on the first drive, the 3rd and 15. But after that, I didn't really see much of him. I know he's still working back from the ankle. Yeah, but and I want to put this out there. Joe comes in and says, "We'll win this game by 6," and he thinks the Mafia's gonna have a cow. And I will say this:
Whoa!
Don't you put that out there, Ricky Bobby? Don't you put that juju out there?
Wait a minute. Who said that? What?
Joe from Believe It or
Joe?
Our Joe.
Hashtag. Said what? Say Joe. What? I can't hear. What did he say?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Take that shit. Get out of here with that. That's not happening.
Joe, don't you dare put that out in the universe. Don't put that negative energy on us.
Oh, shit. He's gonna hate my fuckers. You're gonna hate my score prediction, then, Joe.
No, yeah, Joe may hate it. You're slowly bringing me on your side.
Thank you. Am I slowly okay? Good. Me on your
side. I wanted to touch on Moss and Singletary. Singletary had he averaged like 4 yards a carry or 3 yards a carry or whatever it was
about
this
3.
week.
Yeah, it wasn't
about
best.
3 yards a carry. It just wasn't his week. They're gonna run the hot hand. Moss looked really good this week, and running and catching, So it's gonna be the hot hand. It's gonna be the hot hand. I know you're a big Singletary fan. I'm a Moss fan, and
I got you. No, I like. I like. Listen, I think they both bring something really good to the team, no doubt. But I come to the conclusion, man, and I really, we're just not a running team, bro. That offensive line is not built for run blocking. It's not on Singletary. It's not on Moss, bro. Defenders are in the backfield in a fucking instant, man. They do not block well for these guys, man. They don't. It's just like I don't see no holes opening up. It's just like I don't care who's back there. I said it a million times. It could be Barry Sanders, man. You got 3 guys back there. You're fucked. So yes, I definitely thought Moss played a little harder, but it didn't like he didn't light up the show. Did okay, you know what I mean? But we're just not a running team, and that's okay. But we still got to mix it in with them. You got to, because that sets up the play action. That sets up a lot of stuff. Can't just keep passing it 50 to 60 times. Not going to work.
Yeah, no, I believe it. I think we ran for like 120 yards on the day. We were still, solid on the ground. We just didn't run very much. They had an elite front 4.
They have a good front. Yeah, they
have a great front 4. Yes, they used our O-line. our O line basically let them go where they want, and Josh just moved out of the way.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
and
that's not our that's not our identity though, Mikey. You know that. We're not
Well, I mean,
we're not a
even
running team. I'm good
saying
with
even
that.
in even in the past that game, you know,
Yeah.
Deron Payne was just a man amongst boys. He made Cody Ford, who I'm a huge fan
Oh,
of Cody
he had his
Ford.
worst game, by the way. Cody
He
Ford had his
did.
worst
He
game this
did.
season.
What I did enjoy watching Cody Ford do is he would, if Payne would beat him and he would just push him out of the way, Josh would step up and roll right.
Right.
You
That's
know,
Josh learning, by the way. That's Josh. That's experience, man. That's year 4.
mm-hmm.
And because trust me, 2018, early 2019, midway, Josh was still making those mistakes, getting caught up, holding the ball too long, not knowing how to sidestep. So, man, Josh is just, I love what I'm seeing from Josh Allen, bro. I just love it, man. The
Mm-hmm.
growth, man. And he's not even there yet, bro. That's why I keep telling people that's the scary part, bro. He's not even there. He hasn't reached the ceiling yet. Like, he's still learning, like, he's still getting better. It's crazy, bro.
Yep. Then we talked a little bit about Sanders and Beasley. They looked really good. The double teams that everyone seems to put on Diggs is opening others up, and Josh is finding them. At some point, they're not going to be able to double Sanders or double Diggs anymore, and Diggs is going to have a field day. I have a feeling, and I'll give you my X factor early. My X factor this week is Diggs. I have a feeling Diggs is going to have one of those 10 catches, 100+ yards, and 2 touchdown games after 3 okay games. He's at, you know, what he said, like 5 for 60, 6 for 60 the last few games. You know, Diggs will be my X factor, but I have a feeling he's going to bounce back this week, and he's going to have a big one against this Texans defense. And you know, it is, you know,
all right.
And we'll get into all that fun stuff and talk about our.
So you stole my thunder, but I'll pick somebody else now because I don't want to. I don't. You jumped me on that one. That's
yeah. And then my next one is Dawson Knox. I want to talk about Dawson. This is game 3 that he, you know, this year that he's looked solid across the board. He's never going to be Kelsey. He's never going to get the 8-10 targets a game, but he gets those 2, 3, 4 catches and you know, gets the first down or the touchdown, and he's solid. Now they have to make sure that they're guarding him. He's not a drop machine.
Yep. I actually talked about him too earlier in the week. So he's getting like 4 to 5 catches a game. That's what he's been averaging for the first 3 weeks. He's only dropped like, I think, 2 altogether. So he's like 10 or like 15 for 17, something like that. But bro, not only is he catching the ball, he's catching the ball in like key moments of the game, right? Big third downs, touched for touchdowns. He's making really big plays. And man, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Dawson Knox, man. And I got to tell you, Josh Allen and him have a good connection, man. And you could just tell they have some, like they're friends probably off the field, right? And really good friends on the field. So the fact that Josh has trust in him still, knowing that he struggled for the first 2 seasons, is awesome to see, bro. So yeah, I think Dawson Knox, man, is going to get the ball more. Bro, if he keeps this up, I think those 4 to 5 catches will eventually turn into like 8 to 10 catches a game. I can see it. I really can. Once Josh really, really gets comfortable with him, Dawson could be a problem, man. He could be, because like you said, teams are doubling Diggs or paying attention to him. Man, if Dawson's causing havoc, watch the fuck out, man. And I am solo, baby. I'm by myself. I'm off. I'm back. And now I'm with Mikey. And Mikey, I can't hear. And there's Mikey again. I can. Side swipe me. I like to be get me on that side. Did I just say that? Side swipe me? Okay. Yikes. Out of all the guys that we paid, by the way, There's only one guy that's standing out that's not doing his job. To me, it's Darrell Williams. Okay. I think he's struggling, man. I don't know what's going on with Darrell Williams. I don't know if it's just like, but damn, bro, it's been 3 games now, right? Like, you'd figure the rust would be off by like at least week 1. He's having a tough time. But mind you, though, he's gone against tough opposition, right? Washington's D is no joke. Pittsburgh's D is no joke up front. Miami, they're okay. They're average. So we'll see I'll tell you what. This game here, if Darrell Williams looks as bad as he has the first 3 weeks, we got a problem. Because he should handle his against the Texans. I've been saying that. Listen, I keep telling the guy to update his AOL CD or get that thing where it's like if you pick up the phone, it won't cut you off. Come on, man. Jeez. Get to it. Maybe maybe Mellon was so used to Paul on here the whole week. It was just like, yo, where's Paul at? What's this Mikey about? Yeah, no, listen. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't really see Josh in like danger ever really in that game. But like I told you, that's kind of on Josh too. He's learning how to like move around in the pocket without necessarily scrambling all the time or still looking at his receivers downfield. But yeah, I mean, I still think this offensive line is much better at pass blocking. I would say they're good, but run blocking, I would say they're bad. Like, I mean, it's like weird. Like, it's just they can't get that part down. But pass blocking, I think it's fine, man. That's why I keep saying we're just not a running team. It's not going to happen. Like, for everyone that says or thinks it's a Singletary problem or whatever you want to say, it's neither guy's problem. It's just they're just not getting the blocking they need. And look who it is. It's Paul.
Hey guys, what's
Mr.
going on?
Paul.
Hey, what's going on? Yeah. No, right. No, Mike, you're totally blank. Like there's no camera for you at all. So I jumped on. I was like, hey, what's up? Let's see. What's
it was just me
on.
talking. Did you hear audio at least?
Yeah.
Okay, because I didn't want me talking to myself.
Yeah. All right, let me see. I just messed around with a little bit. Let's see if I can make the magic happen. Nope, still no video from Mike. Super weird, man. Yeah, Mike. Why don't you jump out and jump back in, and then Tommy and I'll chat for a minute. Tommy,
what's going on? Hey,
good to talk.
Happy belated birthday, by the way. My birthday was on Tuesday as well. Tuesday. Yeah. So yeah, our birthdays were kind of close, man.
Yeah, it was. So I heard. Did I see that Joe said the Bills were just going to win by 6? Now listen, Poyer's out. Right, so we're gonna get a heavy dose of Jaquan Johnson. Right. Who doesn't love that? Right, you're gonna get a heavy dose of Jaquan Johnson. Maybe a little Siran Neal action. I don't know. Depends on how risky we feel like getting. Right. Do you think that secondary is really going to be as banged up as it sounds? Right, because you got Levi and Dane who haven't really been healthy all season. Like I'm not worried about Anthony Miller. I'm not worried about Davis Mills, but when the injury bug starts happening, this is the deal. You know what I mean? So you get kind of nervous with stuff like that.
But I do got to bring it up. And let's be honest here. If this was the KC game, they would be playing. Mm-hmm. I don't think they're so banged up where they couldn't play. I think this is a game where McDermott's like, you know what? We got a huge 2 games coming up here. Mm-hmm. You could probably play, but I think this game, we can do without you this game. I truly believe that. Like, I don't think they're so banged up where Bills Mafia is going to have to worry, when the KC game, comes around. Like, oh my God, is Poyer going to be healthy?
Right.
Like, I think. Listen, you still got a vet in the back in Micah Hyde who can handle his own. Right.
Sure.
He can put Johnson where he needs. He's going to talk to him during the game.
Yeah.
We have no problems there.
I think what that does though is it kind of takes Hyde from being a player who can take some chances. Is today, this upcoming week might be a very quiet week for Micah Hyde, because he's just there's luxuries you can take when you've had the same teammate next to you for 4 seasons.
That is true.
It's great to be able to go out there and ball out as you feel you need to, but the reality is if you got Jaquan Johnson there, you're now training at work a little bit, right? So now you're the trainer. That's what you're doing. You're going to check it out. You're the on-the-job trainer. But the plus side is, you got players who have been there for a bit, right?
Right.
I know DeMar Hamlin. I like DeMar Hamlin, right?
I like him a lot. Yeah,
I like DeMar Hamlin a lot. There's a little early for an opportunity like this, though.
It is, but great. But listen, how much do you like Davis Mills?
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying there? Like.
I get it.
Like he's a rookie, 3rd round pick. I already saw some film on him.
Mm-hmm.
The number one knock on this guy, and it was true when I saw him, he holds the ball way too long.
Oh.
And it's going to be a problem if Frazier brings the heat, which I expect this game. Frazier is going to bring the heat like he did against Tua. I think he's going to bring it in multiple areas, and I think it's going to confuse the hell out of Mills. Mills is not really like a scrambler. He can run, but that's not his thing. More of a pocket passer. Mm-hmm. And I just think he holds the ball way too long and his defense is going to eat, man. I just believe that. So, yeah, that's how I see this game going.
Cozy to Bills Mafia. First off, hey, Mike, welcome back, buddy.
Hey, Mikey.
Yeah, welcome back. So Obata being questionable. So here, let's talk about the defensive line real quick, and then I'll jump off and let you guys get back to life without me. So Obata questionable. Does that make Boogie active? I'm really a firm believer that the reason Boogie has been inactive is because Mario Addison remains active, right? Boogie's the handcuff to Jerry and Mario, in my opinion. I don't think any of the defensive line players, if you lose Zimmer, I don't think any of that impacts what you're going to, whether you activate Boogie or not, right? I think he's active if Jerry or Mario are inactive. That's really the only scenario that pops up, because you don't really expect Rousseau to get banged up. You don't really expect Epinesa to get banged up. You're kind of looking at the older guys. So that's the only scenario I see him being active. But Obata being questionable is interesting to me, because I kind of pictured Obata being that utility knife this offseason. Like, you can put him anywhere, right? You play him at defensive tackle. You can play him at defensive end. Do we finally get to see Obata show up eventually? Is this a game where we do see some guys who have been inactive be active? Does Boogie get activated because you can, or does that set the wrong culture example? Like, there's a lot of really cool questions that this week can bring forward, because I think a lot of people are looking past this week, right? So is this a game that you do see Boogie active?
I don't think so. And I don't think so because our D-line, for the most part, is pretty healthy. Like last week, we had Obata as inactive as well.
Mm-hmm.
My question for you before you take off is more around the safeties. Knowing that Poyer is out, knowing that Teron Johnson is questionable, do you see Josh Thomas being called up?
I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't know about that. Tommy, do you think we're going to see a Josh Thomas sighting? Because I'm not too sure about that.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I just don't see it happening. Boogie is interesting against this game against Houston. I mean, like I was saying before, this is the game where I feel like you can kind of roll the dice a little bit, see what some of your players can do that it doesn't often play.
Right.
This is a perfect opportunity, I think, for them to see what Boogie can do against, let's say, lesser opposition, right? So, yeah, I mean, I would do it. Why not? If Obata's not playing, I would put Boogie in, just have him rotate, come in for a couple snaps.
So who are you going to sit from last week? Because Obata was inactive last week.
Well, that depends. They could sit somebody else out. I mean, listen, Harrison Phillips has been sitting out for a couple games too, right? So that doesn't. They can make anyone inactive.
Zimmer's probably
matter.
your next fit there, right? Zimmer's probably the next lowest man because they seem to love Vernon Butler. I don't. I mean, he's not my cup of tea, but
I don't see. I don't think he's that. I don't think he's that bad. I think you guys shit on him. I think Vernon Butler. I'm serious though. Listen, I'm not. Don't put me in the Vernon Butler fan club. I'm just saying. I don't think he's as bad as you guys say. And
yes, he is.
Sean, sorry, I disagree. And I think Sean. Listen,
Vernon
Leslie Frazier,
Bobby Hart.
I don't know. They are not compared. They do not put them in the same boat. No, they're.
Listen,
Frazier. There's no way Leslie Frazier, an awesome defensive coordinator, and how picky Sean McDermott is, would play Vernon Butler. And there's just no way that would not happen, bro. I just don't.
Well,
I don't see that happening. I think they see something in him that they like clearly, or he would not be active.
Spin brings up a couple of things. He says Poyer, Feliciano, and Doyle are the 3 guaranteed to be inactives. You need 2 more. Don't forget you can activate 2 players off the practice squad as well. So this might be an opportunity to get those guys up and actually dress them for the game, right? So Mike brought that up before. It is of high likelihood that you see somebody from the practice squad be active for this game just to get some snaps in. And I'll leave you guys with this. And this is I want to hear both your takes on this before I jump off. And of course, thank you obviously to Mr. Rogers. I see him in the comment section. Literally Sean's phone. He's never not answered the phone when I called him. So I think this game's gonna be really boring, right? Because you have the opportunity to put either a lot of really weird stuff on film just to mess with Kansas City, or you just be really boring, right? You just run the ball most of the game. You keep the game tight. I think that's kind of where Joe's leaning when he says the Bills are only going to win by 6. I think it's actually I think, the number gets a little misconstrued. I think it's going to be a closer game than a lot of people think because McDermott and Dable, I think they're just going to be lame. You can win this game being lame and not give anybody anything to look at. Why would you do anything that you're going to give up later? Right? Like I saw Shivas Gold mention that Ryan Bates is going to be a star. Ryan Bates ran like 8 routes last year on goal line packages, right? They were trying to get Ryan Bates a touchdown. They really wanted a Ryan Bates touchdown last year. They couldn't make it work. Why would you put stuff like that on film for Kansas City? Personally, I think the game's going to be lame. I think it's going to be a really vanilla as vanilla gets. But what do you guys think? I'm curious.
Can I go first?
Yeah.
I think you're way off. That's no way. I don't think this is going to be a vanilla game at all. I think the offense had just found their mojo, and to backtrack them right after they had one of their best performances of the season already, to put them on this vanilla, cruise, slow, let's run the ball, let's do everything opposite. I don't see that happening. I think they want to keep this momentum going. And there's no reason who cares? I don't care about Kansas City. I felt like we played right into their hands last season on both their games. That shouldn't even factor in this game. I think they're going to blow them out the water. I think they are going to keep their the pedal to the metal. There's no reason to play this game any other way because that's how injuries happen. If you start playing totally what you're doing differently, you're slowing down. And I don't think that's and also too, just to say something, I don't think that's how Josh would want to play. I think Josh is Josh. Josh is going to want to make big plays. Josh is going to score. I don't see this game as being hand the ball off. Let's do a ground game. Let's just grind it out, control the ball. No, bro. I don't think so, man. I think they want to
fan in you. That's the fan.
I'm being real. Listen, it's not the fan. I'm being real. Listen, the first 2 weeks, the offense has struggled. Right? I would say the first week and a half, let's say, right? They finally kind of got it going. Second half, Miami. Now you finally got things going. Your team's in this kind of rhythm, right? From going, why would you get them out of the rhythm just so you don't want to show your hand to Kansas City? I don't believe that's going to happen. I don't. I think Brian Dable is going to want to continue because listen, we weren't perfect last week. There's still some things that we need to fix and correct. And I think you're wrong. I think the scores I'll say it right now, 55-6. I'm going to call the score prediction right now. 55-6. We're going to blow them out the water.
Okay.
You guys are going to talk to me. I'll tell you right now. I'm going to be right.
I think I come in somewhere in between both of you. I don't believe we show anything new. I think we take the game plans we had for Washington and we take the game plan that we had for Pittsburgh and we mash them up. Mm-hmm. The Texans run a lot of, cover 2. So there's going to be a lot of wide open middle, and they run their safeties deep cover 2 because Lovie Smith wants you to take the 13 plays, 17 plays. He's very much like Sean McDermott is bend but don't break. So Josh is going to take that, that 7-yard hitch, that 12-yard in and over all the way down the field and score the touchdown. So I have a feeling we're going to score, and it's going to be in the 30s, not in the 50s. Mm-hmm. But I don't believe we're going to scale back Josh and the team and just run the ball. I think we're going to mash 2 of our game plans together and let them go play. I don't think we're going to show anything new, though.
I'm not going to say that Buffalo's going to win by 30 points, right? They're still going to put up points. Like you're not holding Josh from putting up points on the board. I agree with Tommy in that respect, but they're not. It's going to be, they'll win by 2.5 scores. They'll win by 17. They'll be just out of reach. You know what I mean? Like this is not going to be one of those games where they put their foot on the throat and just absolutely demolish them. I just don't see it happening. If you're looking at the roster and you're looking at guys maybe being active who haven't been active, it's just a recipe for, kind of you take this game and hope nobody gets hurt, right? That's what.
Oh, for sure. I take that game every week. I hope nobody gets hurt. But
right.
If we put 43 up on Washington, who has a way better defense, in my opinion, than Houston, almost every team. Because Houston, by the way, ranked almost last in offense and defense, right? So they're a terrible team. So if we put up, Josh alone put up 5 touchdowns, right? 4 passing, 1 rushing. Mm-hmm. I think we're going to put up a defensive touchdown in this game as well. I think they're that bad, and that's where my extra touchdowns coming in. I think Josh is going to have, I think Josh is going to throw for over 400 yards. He's going to have 5 touchdowns. I'm telling you. You watch. Moss is going to have another.
Okay, and that's fine, and I'll watch. And if you're right, I'll come on here again.
You guys owe me one.
And say you were right. I do not believe that the Texans are as bad as you're making them out to be. They have a rookie quarterback and a bunch of veterans. They're not that bad.
Mikey, they're ranked 26th and 27th on offense and defense. They're pretty.
Yeah,
but you're acting like the Jets.
Guys, we can have this
conversation. They're damn close.
We could have this conversation every week. The Bills have the 29th hardest remaining strength of schedule in the NFL. Like, we're going to have this conversation every single week,
That's
right?
Great. I love it. Hey, I didn't tell Goodell to give us the awesome schedule that he did.
I don't think that was on purpose.
I'll take it.
All right, guys. Have a great night.
Hey, Paul. Thank you, brother. Happy birthday, by the way. Happy belated.
Thanks again.
All right, brother.
Later,
no problem. Hey, by the way, I do want to say real quick, Mikey. Thank God Tyrod's not playing. Not because he would do anything against us, because I actually like the guy, and I didn't want to hurt him. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of glad that he's not playing this game. You know what I mean? I'm sure he'll be out there. Fans will probably, clap when they see him or whatever. But I'm kind of glad he's not playing against us, because it would be bad for him. It would not go well.
Cody comes in and says this might be the game that Josh gets a TD catch. We better not be running trick plays like that this week.
Let's throw Josh all the trick. Every Davo plays a trick play.
So let's go through this real quick. I know I talked a little bit about it with Paul on the scheme for the Texans is cover 2. It's very much and it's not base cover 2. It's cover 2 with your safeties playing about 25 yards deep. They set you up to where you can't hit the big play on them. They're going to make you drive, 10, 12, 15 play drives to score. And that feeds right into our offense.
Right. Exactly.
So
no doubt about it. By the way, our guys, it's not like they don't have great yards after catch. Dawson gets more when he catches the ball. Right. Diggs can break off some tackles. Cole Beasley probably the only guy I see that usually gets caught right away, like when he gets hit, because he's a small guy. But everybody else kind of gets good yards after catch. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be this. I don't see how you guys think it's gonna be close.
I don't think
listen,
it's gonna be close. I still
they're
think
a
it's gonna
bad
be
team, bro.
50-something to 3.
I do. So you have faith in Davis Mills? Like you watch any of the film on Davis Mills? Like I watched it, man. I'm telling you, I'm not saying he's god awful, but listen, the quarterback last week, Taylor Heineke. You think they're about even Steven about what they play like? I think so. I mean, listen, Davis Mills a little taller. He's a different kind of quarterback. He's more of a pocket passer. And that's why I'm telling you, he holds the ball way too long. So this game's going to be the total opposite of what you just saw last week. It's going to be the Tua game all over again. And that's why I'm telling you, you're going to see turnovers. You're going to see this guy getting rid of the ball when he doesn't want to get rid of the ball to avoid a sack. And that's when we're going to have the interceptions. That's when we're going to have the turnovers. I expect a big day for this defense. I expect at least 3 turnovers, two interceptions, 1 fumble. I'm telling you, we're going to talk next Friday. You're going to say, Tommy, how the hell are you doing this? Are you predicting this? You'll see.
I do agree with this one. Mr. Smith comes in and says maybe Trubisky will get some time on the field. I think Trubisky's going to get the 4th quarter. I really do.
Yeah. For the last 1 minute to hike the ball like he did.
No, I think we're going to have a big enough lead. I really do. I think we're going to have a big enough lead, much like we did against the Patriots, to where we'll put them in for like the last 10 minutes of the 4th quarter.
Well, then we're winning 50. Then we're up 50 by that point.
I think we'll be up. I think it's going to be like 42 to 10 at that time, and we'll put them in and just let them run it down.
All right.
By the way, my final score. My final score is 45 to 10. 45-10.
Okay, shit. That's a great.
What I think is going to be the game.
That's a great score. I don't hate that score. I don't hate that score at all. I just like I said, maybe you see him, but this isn't the NBA though either. No, they're not. The coaches aren't thinking about resting players for a half or something. It's not like I don't know. I think Allen, like you said, it depends on the score. If we're beating them so bad, yeah, it's possible Trubisky comes in 10 minutes left in the 4th quarter. But you're telling me Trubisky can't go down and score a touchdown, possibly, right, to extend
the lead? He does. I think he does.
What I mean? Right.
I really do. I think he does.
We're at home. Yeah. Crowd's going to be loud. They got a rookie quarterback. There's so much going bad for that Houston team. They got all that distraction with the Watson thing going on. They don't have any running game going on. Their one receiver is okay. Like they're telling me, Mikey, that's a bad team over there, bro. I guess Trubisky would be a good option for Houston next year. I'll be real with you, man. That's a decent team.
Dirty Randy comes in and says Trubisky will be in before the pizza gets here.
Yeah, it could be. Right? Yeah, true.
So, let's get into it. Let's get into your X Factors for this week. Who's your X Factor on offense?
Well, you stole it. It was Diggs. Like, we can't both do Diggs. And I'm not going to say Allen again, even though I will throw this out. Allen's going to have over 400 yards this game. 5 touchdowns. I'm calling it right now. But I'll say Dawson Knox.
Knox, okay.
Why not? I'm going to throw that out. You already took Diggs. I'm going to go with Knox because Knox would be my runner-up. I think Knox is going to have a surprise breakout game.
Okay. And for defense?
We're going to have a hell of a game, man. I'm going to go Gregory Rousseau again. I think we're going to eat this game. I do.
I think I'm going to go Joaquin Johnson, or is that his name? Johnson, the replacement for
the safety.
Yeah, the safety. I think he's going to get a pick. I think he's going to get a pick 6.
I'm calling a pick 6. Good for you, Mike. You see, this is the new Mike. Liking the new Mike. That's what I said. I said 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles, 1 pick to the house. I'm sorry, 2 interceptions, 1 to the house. Yes, I like it. That's a good call.
Yeah. What is it Joaquin Johnson? Is that how you say it?
Well, I don't know. Joaquin's the actor, right? Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, I don't know how.
I know it's Jaquan.
Jaquan. It's Jaquan Johnson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
He's gonna come up. I have a feeling he's gonna fill in fine for Poyer. Him and Hyde are gonna still play those games, and he's gonna get.
He's from the U, right?
Yeah.
I believe he's from the U, right? All right.
Yeah.
All right. Then for sure he's balling out. Even though the U, by the way, Jesus.
God. All right, so we have a bunch of people throwing. We have a bunch of people in here throwing in their picks.
All right,
Mr. Smith thinks it's going to be Milano.
Okay.
Diggs, 150 and 2 touchdowns from Cody. Let me see what else we got in here. Moss is going to be the X factor, and this one comes from Shiva's Gold. We have Trey with 2 picks from Matthew Ronkowski.
Okay.
Shiva's Gold also thinks Hughes is going to be an X factor. So it's one of those things. Everyone thinks there's going to be a lot of different people.
A lot.
Yep.
Yeah. Epineza.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So give me, what was your score prediction?
55-6.
55-6, and mine was 45-10.
Being nice, by the way. That's 6.
55, and you're being nice.
Could be worse. I don't know.
Oh man,
I'm being polite. All right,
being polite. As we start to wrap this up, we didn't get to do this at the beginning, so we want to thank our sponsors. Obviously, one of our new sponsors here is CBDX. Please, and this is for all your CBD needs. Go to www.cbdx.com. Use the promo code HTS and get 20% off. And then Mr. Rogers Homes, and I'll play Mr. Rogers on our way out. But Mr. Rogers Homes is rode with #sports for a long time now. We appreciate everything he does for us. And if there's anything you need, whether it is a relocation to Arizona, if you're looking for an investment property in Arizona, call Sean Rogers. He does pick up his phone, and he will help you with all your realtor needs.
So make sure to get a lot of ice cream, Gatorade, because you're in the fucking hot ass Arizona.
Listen, there's called air conditioning from garage to house. So you go from your house to your garage to your car and never leave your air conditioning. You'll be good to go in Arizona. Any last thoughts, Tommy?
No, man. I just like I said, I disagree with the Paul. What he was saying about that, about kind of doing the vanilla type. I just don't see it happening, man. Like I don't see Dable like pulling back his playbook and just like, hey, let's go to the preseason playbook now. Like, I just don't see it happening, and it would be the worst time, like I said, for that to happen. Like just to slow the offense down all of a sudden, then you're going into one of the biggest games of the season where you're just played flat. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think so. I think you want to go into that KC game feeling good. I mean, fucking feeling. You just laid fucking 50 on the Texans, which you should have. Right? Because let's say you go into KC and we just beat Houston by 9. Let's say kind of a close game, a little grind. Do we really want to go in there like question Mario? We're feeling down a little bit. Fuck that, dude. I want to go into that game where that team is just feeling themselves like they're walking in there with their fucking head up high. They're fucking strutting. That's how I want that team going in there. And the only way they're going to do that is if they put an ass whipping on those Texans and let KC know that we're coming for him. That's how I want that game. And if I'm doing the speech, that's what I'm telling them. Lay the fucking ass whipping on this team. Let KC know we're fucking coming.
All right.
Out.
All right. I like that. So where can everybody find you at?
The Mafia Sports Report on YouTube. And then also I am on Twitter, Tommy Talks Bills. I do a Saturday show at 7:35. I do an AFC East shakedowns. Like I got a Patriot guy, Dolphin guy, and then on Monday I do a post game on Mondays at 6:35.
All right, awesome. And as always, you can find me on Twitter at Apex006, and then every Friday night here, and then randomly on Tommy shows. So other than that, good luck this weekend, Tommy. We'll see who comes the closest.
Go Bills.
And go Bills.
Hello, fellow Bills fans. Sean Rogers, realtor and lead of the Mr. Rogers Homes team. Did you know that real estate is one of the best ways to build wealth, and right now is one of the best times to own an investment property in Arizona? please reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to answer any of your questions so we can take the next step to your financial freedom here in the Valley of the Sun, utilizing real estate. As always, God bless America and go Buffalo!